Now let's try a couple more. So we just discovered in the previous video that to divide powers, so to divide two powers, they have the same base, we are going to subtract. So a to the m over a to the n, we just do m minus n, so we subtract. So number one, the base is the same, so we're going to keep the b, and then 25 minus 23 is 2. This would be your final answer. Now for number two, there's a couple different ways you can do this. First, you could go ahead and do -3 minus -5, so the top minus the bottom, which would end up being c squared, because -3 plus +5 would be c squared. The other option is, we notice that both of these are negative, so at the very beginning of this unit we talked about, oh, if we see a negative exponent we need to flip it. So I would move c to the -3rd down, move this one up, so we'd really have c to the +5th over c to the 3rd. Now you can do the division, and when we divide exponents we subtract, and 5 minus 3 is 2. So we ended up with the same answer. So you can go ahead and subtract with the negatives. So subtracting -3 minus a -5 ended up being a +2. You could flip the negatives around, still subtracting, and we would still get c squared. Now number 3, we're going to simplify the top. So 4 to the 5th times 4 squared is 4 to the 7th. So keep the base, do not do anything to the base. So we didn't change the c's, we don't change the 4's. And 5 plus 2 is 7. Down here we have 4 to the 7th. If I subtract 7 minus 7, that's 4 to the 0, and 4 to the 0 is 1. Or you may have noticed, oh, these two would cancel each other out, leaving a 1. And the last example down here is 3 to the 5th divided by 3. So 3 to the 5th divided by 3 equal to 1 to the 5th. Well, we just talked about you're not going to change the base. So this is really 3 to the 5th over 3 to the 1st. That is not 1 to the 5th. This is actually 3 to the 5th over 3. Now this 3 has an exponent of 1, but we don't always write that. So we keep the base. Don't ever change the base. So 3, and then 5 minus 1 is 4, and we know 3 to the 4th is 81.